Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Hendrix Bills, aka Bills, and I hope you're having a fantastic great day. And we're finally back with a brand new review on the latest My Hero Academia chapter 233, also known as Bright Future. And all I'm gonna say is wow, what an epic and amazing chapter. And before we get into this video, if you guys are new to the channel, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the content and help me on my grind towards 1,000 subscribers. I lost my previous channel, so it's really a rock bottom start from scratch, so I appreciate all the help we can get. And also hit that noti bell so you guys can be notified when my videos go up. So I usually do my reviews page by page, but right now I just want to start with Destro's Quirk, just because I in fact got it near enough right. So last week in my review, and I was going to make a theory about this throughout the week, which I didn't even get to do, but I was going to talk about Destro's quirks and the possibilities of what it can be. So I had two that came to mind. It was one that's like a monster type of demon type of thing, a bit like Tokoyami. But then the second one I came out with was Rage. The angrier he gets, the bigger he gets, and just because every time he's used his quirk, he's actually been pissed off before he does it, but it ended up being stress. So the more stressed he gets, the more he expands and the more powerful he gets. So we're literally looking at Hulk, who's Destro, versus Hulk Mark 6 Gigantomachia, hopefully in next week's chapter or the week after, since we're on break. Anyway, let's get in with the start of the chapter, and that is with Twice, and once again the MVP of this chapter or this arc. And amazing the way his quirk actually works. No wonder the Destro family really want to get a hold of his powers. So since Toga's low on blood, he needs to get her a transfusion, and the only way to do this is giving her the correct blood sample or type. So what he ends up doing is measuring Toga and creating a double of herself. And the thing is, each double, it says that when Twice sees this person, like his impression on that person at that moment is how the clone will appear, or the characteristics the clone will hold. So it will literally be your most relevant moment of the Toga. So that's why we see the double beat up Togas. But if you want to get smart with this, doesn't that mean that both of them should be low on blood? I don't know, I'm just saying. And I actually found it really cool that he was able to negotiate with himself. You guys know he's had trouble with his own doubles, and that's why he didn't used to do them. But this time he was able to, you know, snap them into shape, just give them a little talking to and telling them, you know, this is how it's going to run, this is what we're going to do. Because they were really panicking on what's going on with Toga. And then we see Skeptic return, and the character who he's used his quirk on, I'm pretty sure we've seen this person. Let me know if you guys know. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna tell you now, man, if you don't fail, you'll never succeed. So the way he's saying, I never failed, listen, big man, yeah, failure is needed in life. But anyways, so it looks like Twice didn't give him a beat down enough. Hopefully Twice whips his ass in the next chapter. And then we get back to where we left off with Spinner and Mr. Hanabata, who is the politician, and we actually find out his quirk and his code name, which is Trumpet, and his superpower is Incitement. And of course we already knew kind of what it does. So his frequency of his voice, the higher it gets, the more it gives a mental morale to the people that are following him or look up to him. So that is the Special Powers Liberation Army. But we also find out a flaw. You hear him say this will exhaust the soldier's stamina, but so in return of this, they still are using their own stamina that they thrive off, so they will be losing energy at the same time, which means they're going to lose their fight in them. And I actually love the way his detonator equipment is. It's called 7th Loud, and I'm pretty sure it's called that. It might just have 7 speakers on it. But if you guys notice, he just whips it off from his wrist. I think it was a watch in the first place. So the way they've got these equipments tagged to their body is actually very, very smart. And we end up finding something out about Spinner that we didn't know before. So we know that he's had inspiration of Stain, and that is why he's in the League of Villains in the first place. But then we find out that he was one of the Hikokomori shut-ins, which is like a at-home type of neat otaku. So like someone who doesn't, you know, have a goal in life yet, so they just binge off anime, manga, video games, which is nothing wrong with that. Come on, man, you can't expect someone to know what they want to do in the future straight away. And I love the way we see the resolve of the League of Villains in this arc. As Hanabata says to Spinner that he can't amount to nothing, Spinner talks about his resolve of wanting to see the future that Shigaraki visions, and that's to destroy everything. And he talks about how similar Mr. Hanabata is to himself, which is actually true since both are relying on their leader's goals. So all we know so far about Spinner's quirk is that it is to be a gecko, and he can stick onto walls so far, but I believe that we'll see some new abilities from him soon. and I believe that he will do what geckos can do, and geckos can actually detach their tails and in threat of an enemy. I'm pretty sure it's called Automy, and it literally will, I think he will use this against the little Shin guy who's poking like needles into him right now. So I think he'll let go of his tail, get out of that attack, and then just hit him with a quick beatdown. And now we get towards the end of the chapter. Shigaraki and Destro's little scramble, little fight, little tango. And I love the way Shigaraki breaks this down. He's like, you was bragging with your 110,000 soldiers, but now look what's happening. Like, where's your soldiers at right now? And we just see Destro in his giant Hulk type form. I actually want to see if his whole face can get covered and, you know, he just expands even bigger than what he is already. And they go to clash for attack, and we once again see Shigaraki's decay transmit, and it's actually decaying through things he hasn't even touched, so it's just spreading out. It's like an omega decay. That is crazy, man. His quirk is actually so powerful right now. And we then see Destro saying how he's kept all his anger bottled up, and he says that's how he ended up keeping his forehead. And I don't know if he's talking about his hairline, but that stress is making your hairline decline, my brother. But anyway, I'm pretty sure when he talks about the mark on his forehead, it just means the little anger sort of mark that we see. So I can't believe this actually been foreshadowed from a long time ago. If you guys remember when he strangled the Momo guy to death, and that's the first time we saw him, the mark actually appears on his forehead. And I kept talking about how he keeps pressing this mark, and it just meant that, you know, that was his stress like barrier in its own sense. It's showing you that his quirk is ready to be used. And the way you just see him snap and just break Shigaraki's hand, I'm pretty sure he rips a few fingers off as well. And the comparison in size is actually amazing if you look clearly. When you see the huge Gigantomachia holding on, not Gigantomachia, the huge Destro holding on to Shigaraki's hands, it makes it look like a little pin. And that's just showing you like the size itself. He's at least like 20 times the size of a normal human being right now. And he just looks so nuts. I wish I could put this picture in, but I'm not trying to get copyrighted, so hopefully I'll just use it in the thumbnail. But the way it just looks, his whole face is almost covered like right now. It's almost got this dark mark just manifesting around it. But I do believe that it will be fully covered when he goes like full stress anger mode, and I think that's when Gigantomachia arrives. But talking about our boy Gigantomachia, you saw in the end where that one hero we've been seeing around, the butt chin guy, he goes in the end, wait, an earthquake? And we already know who that is. That boy Gigantomachia is rushing his way to where Shigaraki is. I'm just so hyped. This is gonna be nuts, I swear down. I literally can't wait to see Gigantomachia pull up and just look at Destro in the face and be like, what, you think you're Hulk too? Alright, let's get this cracking. It's gonna have a mad little brawl, and Shigaraki is of course gonna take advantage of all that, and I think he's just gonna try beat him near when he's exhausted. Because looking at Destro, I don't think he's a pushabout. He is someone like on a high level of fighting and quirk, so I believe that he will be able to put a lot of damage onto Gigantomachia. And it's also possible that where we see Shigaraki's hand being crushed, he might end up losing his hand, and we might see him get his own type of like Detonarat type of equipment on this arm, or he'll just fill it in with one of those like plastic like type of gloves that he has. But anyways, once again, we all know that this arc is about the growth of the League of Villains and how they're gonna make their way to the top. Because once they beat these guys, they're flawless. Literally, they've got so much experience at this point. You know, Twice is using his actual quirk now, and he's just looking nutty. And he can just build 100,000 like of his own soldiers if he has to. It's just gonna be crazy, man. What do you guys expect to see in the future of My Hero Academia? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'll try and bring some theories out if I can on anything that I can do. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.